The latest great debate sweeping the internet, and TikTok specifically, is the question, are there more doors or wheels in the world? The answer may not be as easy as it seems the more you dissect both sides. In order to find a definitive answer, we need to set two major parameters. What defines a wheel and what defines a door? This may seem silly to bring up, but it is necessary to find a legitimate answer. But where did the trend start? The earliest I can find was a question posted to a subreddit titled r/hypothetical situations, December 16th, 2021. The stipulations put in place by Reddit user SaucyV323 are doors include car doors, front doors, kitchen cabinets, etc. Wheels include car wheels, steering wheels, cheese wheels, etc. 3 months later, the question was brought into the limelight by TikTok. Now, I can't find the original video, or one that claims to be the original, but the earliest I can find is around March 3rd. Now, what defines a wheel? A wheel, as defined by Oxford Dictionary, is a circular object that revolves on an axle, and is fixed below a vehicle or other object, to enable it to move easily over another surface. One major takeaway from this is revolves around an axle. It may not seem significant, but it is vastly different from what we may view a wheel as from the standpoint of one of the 7 simple machines. In that instance, a wheel can basically be anything round, but by using the Oxford Dictionary, this removes any thought of a ball being a wheel or a cylinder like a can or a barrel. Second, what defines a door? Going back to the Oxford definition, it reads a door is a hinged, sliding, or revolving barrier at the entrance of a building, room, or vehicle, or in the framework of a cupboard. Again, seems simple enough to understand, but by defining a door we can take away a few examples I've seen floating around, such as a non-opening doors, an example we'll get to later, and I've seen a few people go as far to point out boxes, storage totes, and pots and pans because of their lids. This could be considered a door if you bend the definition enough, but we won't for argument's sake. With that out of the way, let's get into answering the question. By starting with doors, the two biggest examples I've noticed are skyscrapers in large cities in general, and cabinets/locker rooms. This is solid evidence until you begin to question what's on the inside of those skyscrapers. Offices, cubicles, meeting rooms, break rooms, and what's on the inside of all of those? Rolling chairs. Now, how do the people inside of these skyscrapers get to work? Many take public transportation, like subways and buses, where wheels outnumber doors by a huge margin. The only examples I can think of where doors vastly outweigh wheels are places where locker rooms are, such as gyms and schools, as well as door factories and storage units. Now on to wheels, where most people just say, cars have 4 or fewer doors, but always have 4 wheels. But they fail to mention the large number of motorcycles and bicycles, especially in a lot of Asian and European countries. But I would argue I can trump both of these arguments with just 2 examples. The number 1 manufacturer of tires is not Michelin, Goodyear, or BF Goodrich, but Lego. Lego manufactures a little over 300 million tires every year since 2006, topping out at 381 million in 2012. Now, taking the average of 310 million tires times 16 years is just shy of 5 billion wheels. I would argue this alone completely dwarfs the doors argument, but there is one more trick up my sleeve. Since its creation in 1968, Mattel has been producing between 4 and 6 billion Hot Wheels, depending on the source. This alone puts our numbers between 21 and 29 billion wheels. But Jesse, Hot Wheels have little doors on them, and that's where you're wrong. They may have the outline of a door, but going back to the definition, they are not a hinged, sliding, or revolving barrier. In conclusion, if you're just referring to the argument of cars, it's very easy to understand why there are more wheels than doors. But even when you go outside of the auto industry, I still strongly stand by the fact that Lego and Hot Wheels absolutely take the cake for the argument of wheels outweighing doors.